See, I'm kind of at the point where I can just read off the screen. Is that cheating?
Yes, it's cheating.
Oh, fuck.
And as our guest here, Nigel Rowe, you're not allowed to cheat.
You can't.
Oh.
You've already cheated on James with me, or the fondling that was going on last night.
Last
And
night,
I didn't want to bring it up here.
Last night, that was in your dreams.
Oh,
That's
yeah, it
gonna
was
happen.
too. Well, that's embarrassing. But welcome to the Jobs Some Knowledge podcast.
Hello.
Oh, we've started.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've
cool.
started. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Yes, we have started. James doesn't know when we start sometimes, but he just does dumb stuff. I'm going to make sure the singing bit was in.
Oh, thank you.
That's fine. Because it is an angelic voice.
And aeroplane jelly is delicious too.
What's your favourite colour? Favourite flavour?
Oh, blue.
Blue. Yeah, you would be a blue kid.
I'm an.
Well, good. We didn't ask you, James. So, if you guys haven't noticed already, we have a guest on the podcast this week.
It's lime.
No, don't ask him, Nigel. Now, the guest has already taken over the podcast, which I don't like, but this is Nigel Rowe. Nigel Rowe, would you like to say a little bit about yourself and why you're so famous that we got you on the podcast?
Yep.
Whatever they said about me is true.
Yep. What was that exactly?
So many things.
So many things. Yeah, unfortunately, I seem to be the topic of many a conversation, which is weird,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, we
you
have
know.
told many stories about you on the podcast.
Because you're a man about town.
It's because he says castle. Well, we
Castle.
told that one.
Yeah, we did tell that
We
one.
did tell that one.
Bloody castle, mate.
Bloody castle, mate. Yeah. And there was another one, I think a couple of Europe stories, and that's
Yeah.
the vomiting story.
The
Did we tell the vomiting story?
Yeah.
The burrito story.
So this is that guy.
Yeah.
Now, like we do normally with fresh guests,
Yes.
to ease them in, to take their podcast virginity,
Yep.
we hit them with random knowledge and we see if they can take a rapid fire to the brain.
Oi.
Yeah, get
It's the way
ready,
we do
mate.
it. It's the way we
Yeah.
do it. It's what I like to do.
Do we need any lubrication, or is it just like
No,
We're all
let's
self-
raw
we're-
dog this one.
Yeah.
We're all self-lubricating.
Correct.
wow?
Yeah, I'm just wet
all the
all the time. I'm
Just-
soggy a lot.
Just-
Yeah, it's awful. But that's another issue.
It is.
Yes, it is.
But speaking of issues,
Yes, great.
speaking of issues,
Yeah.
did you know that giraffes? Now we've done an episode on giraffes.
We have.
Did you know that giraffes can't yawn?
They can't yawn.
Can't yawn.
Is that because of the?
Well, how do they
necks?
know
Like-
they can't yawn if they haven't?
Tried.
Yeah, how do they know they just haven't?
Same
yawned?
reason we know that they can't rollerblade. It's just
So,
physical impossibility.
so I'm guessing like the oxygen to the brain.
Well, the brain is so small. So, like, the whole idea of us yawning is that we haven't got enough oxygen to our brain. So it's a forced
gotta
amount
take
of
in-
oxygen to the brain. So my grandmother used to.
That's like so. Yawn is like critical
Yeah.
levels. Like Homer needs to hit the button because the nuclear plant's about to explode.
Well, look, my grandmother used to, tell me off for yawning at the table.
It's contagious though.
Yeah, it is. But yawning at the table, and I'm like, oh no, no. I just haven't got any oxygen to my brain.
It's because you're too busy hoofing down that food, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, you haven't got time.
All those
to
garlic
breathe.
prawns, you got a
Yeah.
Greek Easter.
Yes.
Too
no,
much hoofing the food.
Loves a good hoof.
I love a good hoof. Now,
I keep
did you
looking at the
know-
screen.
Don't look at
I'm
the
cheating.
screen.
I'm cheating.
Don't
Gentlemen,
cheat.
Yeah.
James,
you know? Yes.
Make sure he doesn't look at the screen, please.
hang on, let me.
Yeah, maneuver your body.
Too many
Yeah.
shoulders here.
Yeah.
Did you know that the 7-Up, right?
Yes.
7-Up. We've all had it before. You know,
We've had
7-Up?
I've been to KFC.
It was invented in 1920.
Interesting.
Okay, but that's not the fun bit.
Oh.
It actually used to contain lithium,
Oh, so we could put it in our power tool.
Yeah.
which is not only in our battery,
Yes.
Nice.
but it's actually a drug now commonly prescribed to sufferers of bipolar disorder.
Well, it gives you the power to get
Go and
through
go and
your
go.
day.
Oh,
Like, and
absolutely.
if you've got bipolar, it gives you the balance of power to like, it's like the right amount of power at the right time.
It's like putting Milo on the periodic
Yeah.
table.
Well, it's like if you put was it the Energizer Buddy?
Yeah.
It's like if you put
Yeah,
Duracell batteries in the Energizer Buddy. Yeah.
What's going on
I
here?
feel like he had ADHD.
Something's
rather
wrong,
than
but I'm
bipolar.
still
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Here's an interesting one. Less than 1% of books published sell more than 50,000 copies.
Yeah, it's just like a band like putting out an EP and they're like,
Yeah.
well, we sold 4 copies of it, but how many bands put one EP out? And then are like, oh, well, we suck and we all have jobs now.
Also, like,
Europe.
what is a book?
What is a book?
What is a book?
Can
Like,
you break
I
down
don't
a
think,
book?
I don't think I've got that down here.
because,
Hang on a
like,
second.
like a child making a project in like
Yes.
prep with like finger paintings and the teacher stapling it together.
Yeah.
Is that a book?
Well, I think it might.
It's got to pay published though.
But see, now you've got me thinking. Does anybody miss paper mache?
Yeah.
Well,
I
I was
miss
gonna say,
paper
why
mache.
haven't you guys bought my finger painting book?
Oh,
Look, I was going to buy that, mate, but I just it was too.
I ran out of-
I read the blurb and I was like, oh, it's not a puffin book.
Well,
and that was my issue, you know.
look,
not
I
Dr. Seuss.
have got the audio book version coming out
Oh,
for
for finger painting.
Yeah,
Ooh.
for
Okay.
ambiguous.
ASMR.
Yeah. No,
Do you narrate it?
It's narrated. No, it's narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, good.
Oh, of
I'll
course.
listen to. Okay, well maybe you should. Yeah, you should have
And
said
as the
that.
index finger moves down the page.
I'll put up. I'll get a copy.
Yeah.
How many let's go along the line. How many pages until it's a book or not a book? How many pages defines a book?
It's got to have at least 10 pages.
10.
I reckon it's 10 pages. Well, think about like the kids' cardboard books.
But they're thick, so I feel like they count as like 100 pages.
Well, yeah.
In a novel, let's say a novel.
Oh.
How many pages?
Fiction or fan fiction? Or non-fiction,
Let's
sorry.
not get too specific.
Yeah, what I thought I got
Let's not break it down
I got
too much.
non-fiction and fan
got a lot of
fiction
facts to get.
confused.
Surely like 250 pages or something.
Yeah, okay.
That's for a small book. That's my
Well, I
guess.
haven't read a book more than 10 pages. Every page, the books I've read, all the pages are about 5 mil thick.
The very hungry caterpillar.
Look,
Great read.
it's gotta
Mr.
be-
McGee goes to sea.
It's got to be said, guys. I'm leaving here with more questions than knowledge.
No, and
Like,
you're right.
I am-
You're right. And that's why we're going to continue. Did you know ice cream was invented in ancient China in 200 BC?
Oh, yeah, I did know that actually. Why do I know that?
Why do you know that?
Do you
I'm
lose
impressed.
10 points? What happens? Do you
Yeah.
lose a finger?
When somebody actually knows
Yeah.
one of these things,
Did you know? Yes.
I
you did.
actually
Yes.
lose a year of my life.
Oh, God.
So
Well,
thank
you're quite old as well. So
I
I'm
am.
really worried
I
how
am.
much time
Yeah.
we've got left.
It turns into like it's just like the ending of what's that movie?
Benjamin Button.
No, not Benjamin Button, where the guy Saving Private Ryan at the end when he's at the graveyard and it's just the aging process.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yes.
just gonna be cheers. This podcast.
This episode's going to be called Saving Private Ryan 2.
Yeah.
Saving Ryan's privates.
Too
Saving Ryan's Private.
The temperature of typical lightning bolt.
Yep. Like,
Gentlemen.
how do they measure this? Anyway, go on.
So they can actually reach 28,000 degrees Celsius or 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 5 times greater than the surface of the sun.
Is it also like 1.21 gigawatts? Like, is
Yeah,
that
how many gigawatts is it?
It could power the DeLorean from Back to the Future 37 times.
So you could do 37.
Yeah.
37 trips back to the
37
future.
trips.
Back to.
Well, I
back
feel
to
like
back.
you'd need an even amount of trips to get there and back. So you'd have to be stuck on
Oh,
one of them.
and there's the problem.
This is why
lies
they
the
don't do it.
problem.
Yeah, okay. Well, that puts my mind at ease.
Look, and it should. But you know what shouldn't?
No, I don't. You should probably
The
let us
total
know.
number of calories in Girl Scout cookies sold each year.
Per cookie or packet?
So per packet. So how many are sold per year?
I'm gonna
This is
say-
how many
yeah,
calories.
let's-
alarmingly high?
Give us a number, Nige.
12.
Calories.
Yeah.
Okay. And you think that's alarmingly
No,
high?
no. That was just a number.
12,000.
Look, so what are we talking? What's the volume? Sorry.
So like okay,
Just
so
quick
okay,
maths.
however many cookies are sold per year, how many calories?
All up.
All up.
Oh,
Total.
okay.
Per year.
Oi.
I'm going to say 10.3 million calories.
10.3 million.
I'm gonna say like 80 billion.
Okay.
Nigel, You like looking over my shoulder and reading my notes.
Surely not.
Do you want to read that number there for me?
80 billion.
Yeah,
It's not. It's not. 210 billion.
Oh my God.
162 million calories. So look,
It's just over. It's
I
just
thought
over
Nigel
210
was so far
billion.
over what
Nah,
it's going to be.
so Price is Right rules means I win the car.
He wins the car.
So I'm coming on.
Are you coming back?
Yeah, okay.
You're coming back for the.
I want the showcase.
the showcase.
What's in the showcase?
We'll open the cupboard. You can pick anything
You
in
can pick
there.
anything from in there.
1,000 Girl Scout cookies.
Yes. Yes. There's 4 billion calories in this cupboard.
2011, gentlemen. 2011. What was so big about 2011?
It was the last year before the Earth stopped.
Yes.
Yes.
I turned 21. That was a pretty big thing.
Did you really?
I did.
Was that the fact?
2011. Yeah.
Well, that was a great fact. Next.
No, something else happened. Game of Thrones was huge.
Did that start back then?
Game of Thrones was massive.
Oh my God.
Okay. Now, in the US, people like to name their children weird things.
Oh no.
But 27 babies in the US were called Khaleesi, which, for those who don't know what that means, it actually means queen in the fictional language of the Dothraki.
The white-haired chick from the
Game
show.
of Thrones. Yeah. So, 27 I feel is quite low.
It's low, but like,
But
what do you
also
think?
why?
Yeah, look, you get why.
I do. I'm not impressed with it.
I'm not. Yeah, it's like
Happy about it.
you know how the people try and name their kids strange stuff to make them unique.
Megatron.
Or remember that trend? Yes, you remember that trend that was like 10, 15 years ago where people
Yeah.
would name their child a semi-normal name,
Yeah.
but then spell it with a random letter so their child's unique.
Oh.
And it's like, I'm not sure who you think what you're trying to do here. But
Yeah.
No. They know exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to ruin that child's life.
and they succeeded.
Yeah.
Like it just
Now for the rest of their life.
Is there a hotline that we can put up
Yeah,
here?
surely,
Just
like,
anyone who has like one of those like names that has like the different spelling. Like if you want to
Yeah.
call
1300
65506. Yeah,
That's the reading writing hotline.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, like I mean. Look, not trying to spoil Game of Thrones too much, but really the whole Khaleesi name, I would say that aged very poorly.
Paulie.
Yeah.
Paulie. That's a
Paulie
kid's-
D, I
was gonna
think,
say, that's a
actually.
kid's
DJ
name
Paulie
too.
D. He's actually on next week's podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
In
He's
Toy
not, please
Story. In Toy Story.
A great film.
Film.
A great picture.
Picture.
Yes.
I don't know why they got me. In
I
Toy
know
Story,
either.
the most productive week during production,
Okay.
right?
Such a stupid
Right?
fact already.
Pixar completed
Yes.
3.5 minutes of animation.
The most productive week.
That was the most productive week.
Do we know
during
how long
production.
the movie
That
went
was the
for?
sex scene, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking of Team America.
No.
No,
There
it's
was
when
a
little,
sex scene
it's
in
when
Toy
little
Story.
Bo Peep couldn't find her sheep, so she went and spoke to Buzz.
Oi. Hey yo.
It's not Buzz. It's not the Buzz that you can think of. It's another thing that buzzes.
Oh.
It was in Andy's mum's room
on the bottom drawer.
on the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh my. Why is it sticky?
I thought it was called Woody.
Hey, no,
Hey-o.
that one doesn't buzz.
Splinters.
But I'm buzzing to give it a crack.
Give it a rat. For 3.5 minutes.
Yes, that is wild. But imagine how long like Wallace and Gromit took with the stop motion.
I hear that's average.
and like chicken
Three
run.
and a half minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've all been there.
I'd say that's pretty good. No.
I think it's pretty. It's not bad actually.
Not a bad innings, if you ask me. It's
Now-
all right, guys. We'll have a little chat after the podcast.
All right, now
Together,
yes,
I reckon we could be over 10 minutes.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, nice.
It's all right.
Watch out.
Do you high five before and after?
Yeah, during.
With a lot of shame, yes.
Yeah. We've known each other long enough.
100,000.
Yep, very broad.
Yep.
Play on.
So there are at least 100,000 chemical reactions
Okay.
going on in a normal brain every second.
100,000.
100,000 chemical reactions in the brain.
Is anyone else trying to hear their brain explode right now and have a reaction?
I feel like you can do that with sound cancelling headphones.
Oh,
when you turn them on,
You can hear your
and you
heartbeat
can hear
sometimes,
everything.
yeah.
It's just like
There's a room that's like so
Yes, I've
soundproof.
seen that.
Yeah, like you can hear
Oh.
all your organs working.
YouTubers do challenges to how long they can stay in there, and they
'cause
go
it
mad.
like causes
Yeah.
them to go
That's
nuts.
sensory deprivating room.
Yeah. Well, I found out that this is actually one that I wrote down, but it's one I found out our body, our brain, has cancelled out or like turned down the sound, if you will, of the noises of our noises and the movement of our insides moving around when we move.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's about as much as we hear as when we're hungry. But we can actually, as we move, everything else is kind of just sloshing around there. But our body,
Because your brain's meant to have like water around it, right?
Yeah, it's
So
got
how do you
a,
not
it's got a,
feel that,
yeah.
like-
And Homer Simpson has more of it than everybody else.
Yes.
Mine's red cordial.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I
actually
think
quite good.
I
No,
just,
you can
I
get it
just think
subbed
your
out.
ears bleeding.
No, you can
Lime
get it
jello.
subbed out. Like, yeah, you just speak to your GP.
Just
It's-
constantly
it's a,
drain it.
It's a common procedure.
Yeah,
Like,
you've got like what's on the trumpet? They've got a little spit valve on it. You
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
It falls out. Yeah. Boop. I mean,
Oh,
look,
no.
you get water in your ear and you sort of smack your head on the side and it drips out.
That hurts now.
Hurts.
Yeah, because I'm keep losing what's supposed to stay in there.
Your mind.
Yep.
I'm slowly losing my mind.
So when I was 19,
In 1863.
in 1919, yeah, you go. Yeah, I was getting
19. Oh, you were on the
Self-burn.
Titanic.
I was on the
Self-burn.
Titanic.
You were the reason why Jack couldn't get on that door.
And-
You,
I was the door.
I was the door.
An exploding storage tank flooded the streets of Boston with a wave of molasses
Yum.
4.5 meters high.
Hang on. It's so sticky. How did it get that high?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Oh, but it
The amount of
exploded, I
so
guess.
for those that don't know what molasses is,
Oh, yes.
it's refined sugar cane, and it looks like a mixture between it's a mixture between like I guess Coke and Vegemite.
Yeah, that's true.
It's you
It's
know,
like real dark honey.
yeah,
Like
it can-
syrup.
dark honey is a good
Yeah,
explanation. I like that. It's a syrup. Yeah,
Imagine if you mix Guinness and honey together.
yeah. I can go with that.
That's cool.
I can go with that.
Is
We
that
should try that.
is that the mud flood people?
the mud flood
mud
people?
flood.
Yeah,
Is that-
they're getting involved, mate. They're getting involved.
Yeah, the molasses flood people.
Nige, do you want to give everyone a quick mud flood story? What that's about?
No,
I'd rather not.
don't do
we
that.
can't talk about the mud floods, not tell people.
There's
No.
a
It's
reason
simple.
for it.
It's very simple.
We should-
Google it, and you
Yeah.
will have a fun time.
Or-
I don't want to spoil the fun, the intrigue. Like
Or-
let
Well,
the
give them a teaser.
listeners.
Give them a teaser.
They can listen to the podcast sometime in the future.
Yeah, maybe there's a mud flood
mud
special.
flood episode.
If there's a mud flood special, I think
Do you want
We'll get Nige back in.
We'll get
I might come
Nige
back for
back
that.
on.
We'll get Beck
in.
We'll get Beck on. Nigel's partner Beck.
Yeah.
For everyone who doesn't know who Beck is.
Sorry, he's taken. Sorry.
But he
Sorry.
could be persuaded. So
Could
send
be
us in your
persuaded.
auditions.
Send in your mud flood pics.
Yes. Yeah. Mud floods or it didn't happen.
Now you were talking about the Titanic.
I was.
Okay. So in 1912,
Yes.
it cost $7 million
Dollary
to
dues.
build the Titanic.
Seems cheap, not cheap.
In 1997,
Yes.
$200 million to make a film about it.
Yes, that really puts it into
that
perspective.
checks out.
Would you like to know the numbers with inflation for 2022?
From 1919.
From 1912,
1912.
it was 7 million.
7 million.
Okay. The Titanic would cost in 2022 $120 million.
Yes, lots.
$120 million in 2022.
You know, that's probably actually not that much.
It's really not.
When you consider like cruise ships and
No.
stuff, like those
No wonder it
massive like
sank.
Yeah.
those massive cruise ships and stuff, they would have cost.
Insane.
Yeah.
But how much was the movie?
Oh, this is like a.
Oh, it'd be like $1 billion now.
Nah, I think it'd be like a 300 million.
I'm going to say $80 billion.
80 billion. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There you go, Nige. What does that say?
$3.5 billion.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
I thought I was I was like, yeah, I probably got this one.
Look,
You
I
were
think
getting close, mate. You were getting
3.5 billion, and that was
3.5
97
billion.
it was made,
well,
right?
it was 200 million in 1997.
yeah. You got to think about it though. Like
200 million.
the
And
cost of like a Nintendo 64. Be like trying to get one on
Was only about
trying to get one on Gumtree or eBay today.
Yeah.
Like you got to think about it. It's
$200-300. That's nuts.
Also, like wooden doors, like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like you don't realize wooden doors since the pandemic have gone
Have they?
like in demand.
I know there was a tea
yeah,
shortage.
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there.
No, that's part
There
of
was
it.
a tea shortage.
It's because like the James Cameron is taking up all the wooden doors.
Yeah. Rose is probably on all
Yeah,
of them.
for the
She's probably
Titanic
floating
remake.
on 12 doors in the middle of the Atlantic.
So many people have bought doors just to like
test
to
the
test the
Yeah,
theory.
I mean it's
All right.
it's
quick
really
game.
opening doors for
Yeah.
for these guys.
Yeah.
Look, it's open and shut.
What do you guys think? Could Jack have fit?
Yes.
Nigel.
And I haven't even seen the movie.
Yeah, James
No.
hasn't seen Titanic.
No,
seen
so all right, we'll address that in a sec. But
I'll address that in a second.
the thing is, Leonardo probably was just like, "You're too old for me, love."
Yeah.
That's like he saw I don't know someone under the age of 25,
Yeah.
probably off on the iceberg, and he's like, "I'm gonna
Wow.
go over there."
Wow.
That's probably what's happened.
Well,
That's ice cold.
yeah, that is ice cold. Well, this podcast just hit a big iceberg.
Kellogg's cornflakes
Yeah.
were originally developed to curb sexual urges.
Well, they work.
They do.
Yep.
They really do. They're so bland, they make you think of nothing.
That's no, I disagree. I wholeheartedly disagree.
You get a bit randy
yeah.
on a
yeah,
bowl of
yeah,
cornflakes, do you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh,
randy
man.
over the flakes, man.
It's
Did you get
something about the-
frosted flakes as well?
Oh, Frosties?
Ooh, yeah.
Yo,
Well, that's just a good.
okay.
That's party in a bag, isn't
That's
it?
Yeah,
ready
it's
to
true.
go.
It's a
Party in a
That's
bag.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Can I tell a quick Titanic story?
You can, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Do you know that watching the Titanic movie? That was my first boob.
That was your first
Kate
boob.
Winslet was my first boob I ever saw.
Really?
Yep. In the scene where
that's impressive.
Jack draws her like a French girl.
Ah.
I saw
I
a
mean-
boob for the very first time, and I paused it and I stared at the boob for a little bit. And I didn't know what was going on.
Pamela
Hang
Anderson.
on,
for me.
hang on. Like
All right,
you're
let's break this.
spoiling this because like James hasn't seen Titanic and he probably hasn't seen a boob. So
James, have you seen the female anatomy before?
What?
Great. Well, we're gonna have a little chat to JP after the podcast.
I'm a worldly man, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's true. Well, look, because your mind gives you enough stimulation.
It's true.
Facts and knowledge are James's one true love.
I couldn't care less about anything.
No. No.
Except for facts.
All right, well, hit me with another one.
Oh, yeah. So, okay, no, you guys are going to need.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, I'm going to need your brains for this one, boys.
God.
what?
That's not my strength.
The word swims,
Yes.
as in the boy or the girl swims in the ocean,
Or the non-binary
Swims.
person.
and noon
Oh.
are two words that can be flipped backwards and upside down and spelled the same way. I will give you 10 points to Gryffindor if you can tell me what that type of word is called.
Oh.
It's not a palindrome.
No, but you're in the ballpark.
Palindrome is just when it can be like
For some reason in my head I've got
yeah.
a parallelogram, but I don't know. Level is also one of those words.
Ambigrams.
Ambigrams.
Or rotational ambigrams.
I thought you were going to ask us another word, and I had
So-
level locked and loaded.
If you write the word down swims, all capitals, right? All in
Yes.
capital letters, and noon, all in capital letters, you flip it upside down, turn it backwards and forwards, it looks exactly the same whichever way you have it.
Oh,
Which
okay.
I think's
I
kinda
get what
cool.
you mean now.
Which is
okay.
quite cool. It's like Hannah is a palindrome.
Yeah.
So you write the name Hannah and then you write the name Hannah. It's the same, back to front, left to right.
Or race car.
Race car is another one. Yeah.
It is too.
yeah, so-
oh my God.
there
my
you go.
mind.
Now, have we got any? We haven't got any August babies here, do we?
No.
No. Well, statistically, August.
Yes, I know this.
What?
Just
so-
make up something else.
So
Well,
the
no,
month.
no, I'm just going to say that there's so many people I know born in August. There's
Yeah.
so many people I know because I think one day in last month, what month is it right now? We're in October? September, whatever it is. In August, I looked at my phone, Facebook gives you the birthdays.
Yes.
There was 9 people who had a
9
birthday
people?
that
Yeah.
I've just on Facebook, so old people, random people I know.
My dad.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. There you
There
go.
was 9 people in one day that had an August birthday, and it's because that over New Year's, over Christmas, people get a little bit handsy
Rowdy.
and fondle. You know what they do? And Frosties and cornflake sales
That's
go through
true.
the roof.
That is true.
That's peak season.
But that's not what
That's
I was
not
going
the
to
fact.
say.
no, I got that halfway through. I could tell by your lack of demeanor, but
The month is which the most murders happen
That checks out.
is actually statistically August.
is this an abortion thing?
No, that's pretty late.
Okay.
No.
Pretty late in the whole
That is
process.
too late. 9 months is too late. You're right.
Wow.
That was awful. I shouldn't have
What
said-
is there any reason for that? Like why August is?
Just the statistics show. This is just like a numbers game.
I guess it's like you've been
Is
in
it
winter for a
like-
long time. Everyone's
Yeah,
angry.
Northern
that is
Hemisphere,
actually
though.
the whole.
Northern Hemisphere though. Like
Yeah, but you're also in summer. It's too
this is not
hot. You're
Australia.
grumpy.
This is worldwide.
No, this is Australia.
Oh,
This is
Australia.
Australia. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
maybe
August.
it is. Maybe it is.
August.
I guess that's just before like footy finals as
lack
well.
of
So if your team doesn't make it, you start stabbing people.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Okay.
But let's go a bit more lighthearted here. Before developing video games, okay, Nintendo.
An abacus.
Yes.
Oh.
Nintendo.
Oh yes.
What do you think they did?
An abacus.
No.
Okay.
They
turn, Nigel.
owned something that's a little
The game where you throw the rings on the sticks.
quoits.
Is it
Is
quoits?
it quoits?
I don't know.
I think it's
Cornhole.
cornhole.
I reckon it's like every other Japanese company.
Yeah.
They made boat engines.
Do you reckon boat engines?
Yeah, boat engines.
I mean, they definitely there's definitely some movement and some energy in these places, but it's not an engine and it's not quoits. They owned love hotels.
I was
in
close.
Japan.
I
Yeah,
mean,
pretty
that's
close.
close.
So
Yeah.
for those that don't know what
Well,
a love
I think
hotel
throwing the
is,
rings over the stick. I mean,
Nah.
there's a sexual double entendre
thinking-
there.
yeah,
I'm
there's
just thinking
euphemisms.
You know,
Euphemism.
steamboat. you
Yeah,
know.
choo
Yeah,
choo.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, for those that don't know what a love hotel
I'd
is,
shovel your coal.
they're, they're private short stay rooms that are used for sexual encounters.
How short a stay, and how do they get cleaned?
Well, I
after?
only stayed there for a night.
Okay. Well, how was it? I
Is
thought
that
it was
how
just
they-
you and a bucket of cornflakes?
Yeah,
Is
pretty
that,
much.
is that how they based like
Bucket of
Mario,
mayonnaise. Huh?
Luigi? It's like it's a me.
I feel like they had
Mario.
something to do with like the tubes and the secret like rooms and stuff like that. Yeah. But no, I've stayed one night in a love hotel when I
Did
was
you
in Japan.
actually?
Yeah, when I was in Japan. Yeah.
With a significant other.
Yeah, at the time. Yeah. The bed you could put in a couple of yen
Okay.
and the bed would vibrate.
Oh.
And there was like, some prophylactics that were on the bedside table.
A couple of Mentos.
Yeah, a couple of little bit in there. The shower was a lot bigger than like what we'd call a normal standard shower, and I feel like that was for activities also.
Was this still owned by Nintendo? Because that would have been
No,
cool.
that
The
would have been
crossovers
great.
would have been legendary.
The collab.
It would have been so
Like-
good.
Yeah.
And it had a fuzzy wall, which I thought was very interesting as
This is
well.
like a sexy Mario costume
Yeah, I
that you
think
could walk
yes.
out in.
Yeah, like Toad is just like, but like, Toad can he can just be in the corner watching and
Hey
Yeah.
baby, why don't you slide on my banana?
yeah.
All right, hit us with one more.
Before people drank coffee, they had been chewing on its beans for 400 years.
Didn't know, James. We've moved off the Love Hotel. Stop chewing on people's beans.
Sorry.
I brought it back around. Anyway, go on.
Since space is a vacuum, the laser beams in Star Wars would not be visible, nor would you be able to hear the explosions. Makes it really boring, doesn't it? Like, Star Wars just becomes, well,
Yeah,
a lot of it's just silence, really, and a lot of talking.
Disney Plus wouldn't even be a thing.
No.
No, but like the OG movies, like the appreciation of just the music over the top. Like,
like
It's like one of those black and white films of just piano over the top of it. Yeah.
Or when they blow up the Death Star, like how boring would that explosion be?
Yeah,
or
it would be
when
very
they use the Death Star for the first time on Alderaan, how boring would that explosion be?
Yeah, Execute Order 66 isn't as thrilling, is it?
Execute Order 60.
It's just Chewie going.
Well,
I am the Senate.
well, you've ruined Star Wars for us. Is that really the last
sorry.
fact, or are you going to
No,
use
it's
one
not.
more?
It's not because
more.
October 12. I've got two more.
Okay,
October
two
12 is International Moment of Frustration Scream Day.
Should
So
we
that's
all scream
October.
now?
That's in October 12.
Yeah.
I'll mark my calendar.
Mark your calendar
Write
for
that
it.
down.
And then randomly in the episode that comes out for that day, we'll scream in it and see if anybody remembers reasons why.
Well, I won't, and when you're yelling at me, I'll
Have
be
you
confused.
have you seen in I think it's like Singapore, you can win a free ice cream
Yeah.
by screaming into a billboard, and if you're loud enough,
Oh.
they'll give you ice cream.
Have you seen those
I like
scream
that, actually.
bags that people have? Someone invented a scream bag. It's like a pillowcase, but it's
Yeah.
lined, and you put your head in it, and you can scream in it, and no one can hear if you're ever frustrated.
Good for work.
Yeah, it'd be great.
In New York,
Yeah.
around 1,600 New Yorkers are bitten every year
Okay.
by other New Yorkers.
Yeah, I was thinking.
That's fair.
Yeah, I got Luis Suarez in my
I'm just,
head.
no,
we
I'm
were
just
talking about
thinking-
him biting
I'm
people
just
today.
thinking rabid Kramers just roll on the street.
Ted Mosby's biting women.
Samsung uses a butt-shaped robot to make sure its phones won't break when sat upon.
Cool.
Yep. A block
I
of
don't like how
bone.
robots are taking people's
No,
jobs.
it's really
though.
bad.
Like, you
I
could
could do that.
You could employ
I have
someone.
an ass.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
I can dream.
India has more mobile phones than toilets. It's 1.1
That's concerning.
1.18 billion mobile connections and 800 million smartphones. 732 million people don't have a toilet, and there's 1.38 billion people that live in India.
But the Ganges is a big toilet, so that levels it out.
Last two, a block of bone the size of a matchbox can support 9 tons of weight. That's
Okay.
4 times as much as concrete can support.
I'm so strong.
And just to...
Let's start making buildings out of people.
I think so. I think they really need
Making
to.
buildings out of people.
And just to make things go a little bit ridiculous, Castorium.
yes.
Castorium, aka beaver anal juice,
Oh my god.
is most commonly found as a flavor enhancer in raspberry products.
Great. What a way to.
That's why I
end.
like raspberry cordial in my head. I told you that.
Yeah, you're just full of beaver.
Well,
butt
didn't you
juice.
say
Yeah.
didn't you say raspberry was your favorite flavor of aeroplane jelly?
No, I said blue.
Oh, blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sorry. He meant he got blue waffle from eating the raspberry jelly.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
What's that?
Look it
just
up.
have a look down, mate,
Just
and
look
you'll,
it
you'll
up.
find it.
Wow.
Anyway, not there. Don't tell anybody. I've got cream for
So
it.
there's you've got cream for that.
Yes.
Whipped cream.
Anyway,
Anyway, Nigel, what did you think of that? Quick, rapid fire.
how was your first experience
How was
of
your
the
first
Drop
experience
Some Knowledge
being in it?
podcast?
I gotta say, it was confronting.
Yes.
And I'm quite terrified for just the world and humanity.
Yeah.
But this was good.
All right.
Look, I think one or maybe two of those things, like I will remember. But yeah, I think I've got more questions than I do.
Is it the giraffes can't yawn?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you noticed, but I yawned like 4 times after that.
Yeah.
Pretty much straight away. Straight away.
Well, that's what our podcast
Damn
does to
giraffes.
people.
Yep.
Now, if you want more yawning, please listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. We've got TikTok. Stop yawning. And we've got Instagram.
Yes.
Now you're just doing it on purpose, mate. Oh, no. James, do the outro. All right, I'll do it then, you
Okay.
bunch of sloths. Anyway, thank you for listening once again. Follow us all on the socials. We have fun content for all.
Yep.
Leave us a 5-star review. Comment on stuff. Abuse James. Tell Nigel he's attractive. And we'll see
I don't need
you
that.
next. Yes, you do. Next week. Now, James will sign us off in aeroplane jelly.
I love aeroplane jelly.
Jelly.
Aeroplane jelly for me. I like Bye, guys.
See you guys.